bringing a 4-0 record, standing at 5 foot 11 inches tall, fighting out of Inmortales MMA, Jacques the Hate Sensation Gornail.
Close on that one.
No,
Not even close.
My local butcher would have done a better job. Now, if you fans at home see these records, keep in mind that Gornail has primarily been doing kickboxing. He's 4-0, but Danny Zaya's got a background in MMA, so he's got plenty of experience in that realm. I think he's 2-1, so 3-1 overall. So this is not a mixed match by any means, but it is a style fight. Gornail's going to fight on the outside and kickbox, and Danny's going to get on the inside and let his hands go.
Jacques, of course, undefeated.
Just recently, IKF
And his opponent is
2021
fighting out
champion
of
again.
GMO, bringing in a 1-0 record, standing at 5 foot 8 inches tall. Please all welcome Danny Zia.
Danny Zia. You know, when you get to that 4-0, 5-0 area of being an undefeated fighter, that pressure to keep that undefeated record really starts to build up.
And the crazy part about that pressure's internal.
It is.
It's not anybody
It's all
saying.
illusion, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now, for the first time, I think
We
the
got
first time
two
tonight,
kickboxers bringing in their undefeated records in the ring.
Coach Chase Gamble in the corner of
Do
the Jim Mo
not
fighter.
leave it up to these judges. Let's go ahead and finish it.
You know, I love the whole don't leave it up to the judges
Leave
thing,
it
but
all in the ring.
I agree
That's what
with
it's
Chael
all
Sonnen.
about.
That's why we have judges.
Right.
Of course, leave it up to the judges if it comes down to that.
These guys can't fight to the death in here.
If you're just getting here, please don't forget, get your Fight For It t-shirts up front. I want to see everybody wearing orange tonight. Ladies, get yourself a Fight For It t-shirt at the front there.
It comes down to it. You do what you have to do. Just be exciting. That's all.
Hang tight. We got a brief intermission coming to you right after this fight. Hang tight. We got a brief intermission coming for you before we get on with the cage fight.
Kind of interesting also that they would, even for this late in the card and for it being the kind of fight that it is and the stakes that it has, they would go with shin guards.
Yeah. Especially if Gornail wants to go into MMA and Danny comes from MMA, it would have been a good way to segue.
Right, yeah.
Just to kind of get that feel. Gornail looks a little dry. Danny looks like she's warmed up a bit.
Yeah, very relaxed approach to say the least from Gornail. Zia looks a lot, thicker than I thought he would look. As based on the face-off photos yesterday, I really feel like he's rehydrated very well from the photos I saw of him yesterday. Jacques with a huge kick there to start things off. Probably the most significant strike of that opening exchange.
Establishing the range early.
It's tough for MMA guys, right? When they kind of transition into this kind of realm, because there's so many tools that get taken off the table for you, and kickboxing clinching is not quite like MMA clinching.
Exactly.
And it can be hard for these guys to adjust, but we'll see what Danny Zia has. Zia. That's a nice little cross there from him.
He's got some pop.
Yeah, he definitely does, and he found that punch at the sweet spot of his range too. Push kick from Jacques.
The way Jacques, one of the things he could do is come up the middle with a front kick or up kick. Because of the way Danny is holding his hands, he could come right up the middle. And that would give him the control that he's looking for. Danny just needs to keep doing what he's doing, but just make sure he goes in behind his feet and untwist that headgear every once in a while.
Right, yeah, you don't want to get your peripheral vision blocked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things about letting these fighters bring their own headgear is not all headgear is created equal, like you were saying. You know, Jacques just keeping that optimal range. Really the range he needs if he's going to win this fight.
He's got to check fire. He's got to return fire on some of these kicks.
Yeah, that's what Zia's really using to push in so far.
Exactly.
Is that inside leg kick. Big strike for both guys in that exchange. They trade. That's the first time we've heard the bell instead of the clapper.
For round number 1.
That wasn't a lot of energy like some of the other fights, but it was a very technical
right.
power.
Yeah.
Both guys are popping. Technical power.
Well, you can just tell that
lovely
it's a
ring
very
girls
different
keeping
approach.
up with
You know,
what
very
round
different.
it is for you. Here we go. Round number 2 coming your way.
definitely a more studied approach from Jacques.
Energy expensive, you know, to keep that
Yeah,
style up.
exponentially more so as the fight goes on, too. It's not like it gets easier as you get more tired.
That's right. Gornail looks comfortable. And Danny looks hungry.
Once again, you know, these guys showing a lot of respect for each other's power. Really a big difference than a lot of the other fights we've seen, but you know, Zia might also feel a little bit safer coming in with the shin guards, you know. Big strike from Zia, one of his best.
That takes away some of your pop, though.
Right, yeah.
But as the rules go, one man wears them, the other guy has to as well.
Inside leg kick from Jacques there.
Danny's starting to lean in. He's not walking in with his feet anymore.
Yeah, he just got popped by a nice cross right across the chin from Jacques Gornail.
He's got to go back to his footwork. He can't be frustrated. That's not bad at all.
That is what the Inmortales Fight Club was really, really calling for, was for the body strike. And I actually don't know if you can time there. I don't think you can just time for an injury if it's not from an illegal strike.
You know, it's like street ball. You can't call your own fouls.
Yeah, I mean, that makes me a little – I always get a little uncomfortable when I see that, but, you know, whatever. If the ref feels like it's warranting of a pause, it's warranting of a pause. But a non-illegal strike to the arm like that, usually even if it broke your arm, it would just be called a TKO. Big strike there from Zia. Big head kick there. The headgear and the shin guards likely saved Jacques there.
But I think what Danny's doing is kicking that arm since he just got through shaking it out. Kick that arm now.
Oh, low blow. And you hate to see that happen.
The old Pac-Man sound.
Got a low blow. I'm going to give our young fighter a rest.
A rest.
See if he can make a comeback.
I wouldn't call that a rest.
Yeah, there's nothing restful about what's happening right now. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in that position, Sam Falgo, but that is not exactly a Sunday afternoon nap.
So both men have had unusual injuries at this point.
Right.
Both men have had very good technical abilities displayed. Let's just go ahead and have a knockdown dragout.
And overall, it's been a pretty close fight.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I think Danny's got to do something different
Yeah, he's just starting to get timed on the approach.
Yeah.
You know, he's starting to come in and get popped. Like you were saying, he's leaning in instead of really walking in and getting caught at the length, at that optimum length of a punch of a guy like Jacques Gornail doesn't feel good. But what feels even worse is getting low blowed by him, a guy with that kind of kicking power.
And I know some of the stuff that he was telling me behind the scenes was that, he had been off for a while, dealing with injuries, and the last thing you want to deal with.
All right, ruled unintentional at this time. Fighters are good. Here we go.
Stuff.
Back to the ring. Make some noise. Let's get it on.
Because it frustrates you.
Right.
It frustrates you. You want to get out and have a great fight. Win, lose, or draw. You don't want the shenanigans. He's got a tough opponent in front of him, a two-time champion.
Yeah, Jacques Gornail looked like he was doing great on the outside, but opts to come in for a clinch. Showing a ton of confidence. Wow.
Extracurricular
Great
activity after the bell. All right, no harm, no foul. Here
Really
we go
good,
to your corner.
really
Round number
good
3
exchange.
coming your way.
I think about 30. Tide started to shift in his favor because he's just getting to pop him at the end of his punches. That range that you're looking for when you're a long guy like him, he's found it. The timing, he's comfortable there.
Here we go.
All right, check of the gloves, check of the mouthpiece. This is going to be our last round here in our kickboxing main event. 2 minutes on the clock for Danny Zia and Jacques Gornail. Oh, big body knee.
Danny's motioning that it was to the head.
I don't know. My camera angle on it was pretty bad to see if it was to the body or head. Could have been either one to me from where I'm sitting, but.
Oh, we get the point taken.
Whoa, that's interesting, right?
Whoa.
That's interesting. So now, if you've got Danny Zia winning even one of these rounds as a judge.
Split decision.
Yeah, this is a big point. It's always
Looks
tough
like
when
a
you lose in the
1-point
third.
deduction. Here we go. Back to action.
Looks like the ref saw something that I did not see to call that a point. I mean, we've seen Jacques in a few bad spots here.
And here's the things, like you talked about earlier, it could change the complexion of the fight.
Now Jacques really finding homes for those punches, but Danny Zia going nowhere and looks a little pissed off, actually.
Well, Danny just got a point taken away.
Right.
Gornail got a point taken away, so Danny feels like there's a chance.
And Jacques, if you're Jacques, you've really got to put a statement on the end of this round to just get it even,
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden a fight that was firmly probably in the corner of Gornail is now up in the air for both these guys, or at least they're fighting like it is.
Yep.
48 seconds remain.
This potentially is going to be decided in these 45 seconds.
The Inmortales MMA corner calling Jacques Gornail forward here.
And they're telling him the right thing. That's what he's got to do. He's got to go forward. He can't sit back and wait. He can't rest on his laurels. He can't assume that he's done anything to win this fight.
Yeah, he can't look for a second like he's losing this round after that point deduction. And if you're Danny Zia, it's so hard to come back from the kind of fouls that you've taken in this fight and then put on this kind of round. But Jacques Gornail's experience might be proving a little too much for the returning Zia.
All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's go, fighters.
Now let's see in this last 10 seconds what this round looks like. Both guys showing no signs of stopping.
That'll
Ref
do it.
steps in between them. What a great kickboxing main event here tonight at Fight Forward 11.
Yes, it was.
Jacques Gornail with the Inmortales MMA corner.
Yeah.
Looked great, but that
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say.
Decision, and it's a draw.
Wow.
That is it. The point deduction
That's 2 winners to
shows
me.
up.
So they both stay
draw.
undefeated in the ring.
Outstanding.
Wow.
That point deduction was a big deal, Sess.
Exactly. Exactly.